All right, we are all set. Need to find something that I can cover the window though, because what the hell is that? And find something that I can cover the window with. Maybe I can put this underneath to reflect it. Hold on. Here. Let's see. That's kind of better. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Cool. Oh, and it's like reflecting off of that. Maybe it's better if I move it over there. No, it's good. I think it's good. Should be good. We are good. We are good. We are good. We are good. So, we're going to talk about the biggest topic right now, going on right now. And welcome everybody to the live. Dan, what's happening? Welcome to the live, brother. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome everybody to the live. Tap that like button. How y'all doing, man? We're gonna talk about a very touchy subject and a big topic right now, which is releasing control. Which is, I know, not an easy thing to do. Welcome everybody. Tap the like button while you're coming in. Appreciate y'all, man. We're just going to give it a couple minutes for everybody to settle in. I also want to mention, and I'm not going to mention any names, but we have had some comments coming through on videos and what have you, which I appreciate a lot. Me and Luna have like a lot of things going on. And yes, I say all the time on the videos, yes, let's get a conversation going in the comments on these videos. But it's not only for me to engage in the comments, it's also for everyone to just share their experience so that others may see what they've gone through, what you've experienced, maybe like challenges you've had and how you've overcome it, or whatever the case may be. And, sometimes, first of all, like a lot of the comments I don't even see for some reason in the YouTube studio. So I apologize if I don't get to the comments as quickly, because, as I said, I've had responses that, I don't respond and stuff of that nature. And I do. And Luna does as well. It just, we have other things going on as well. And I go live every day and I try to address the comments in the lives as well. So yeah, I apologize if I'm not getting to it in like 3 hours of the comments being posted, or a day. Again, a lot of times I don't even know that there's comments, because every time I go in the studio, it'll show you, but then it hasn't lately. There's been a lot of glitches with YouTube. So again, as I said, I apologize if I don't get to them, but make no mistake about it, we see it, I read them, and at the same time, there's other people that are reading them, and that's the important thing, that whatever you have to say gets out to the world, and someone else can learn or grow from maybe some experience you've had. So that's the main purpose why I say, let's get a conversation going, because you never know who reads your story, your journey, and it helps them along the way. I mean, how many times I've read comments in videos and I've gotten something out of it, and because somebody had the courage to post a comment about what they experienced related to maybe the topic of the video or something else, and it's been extremely helpful for me just reading it and knowing that there's others out there that are going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing, and what they did to overcome it, because not everybody is willing to post videos or create a YouTube channel, or put their story out in that way. What's going on, Jeremy? Welcome, man. Grand Rising, brother. So I just want everybody to know that I do read the comments, and so does Luna. And if we don't get to them right away, because I know there's a lot of comments we get on TikTok too and everything else, and there's just so much going on, and I need to come back home to myself too, and I try to address them on live, because I have been going live every single day. So, hey, Dollar General Financial Services, what's going on, brother? So, that's kind of like, I wanted to address that first and foremost. Amen, brother. Amen, man. We get to live another day, man. We get to breathe another day. Super. So close to your eyes. What do you mean? I mean, I'm close to the screen. Well, I can move back a little bit. I don't know if I moved back now, if that's better. I'm not sure what you mean, but hey, James, what's going on? I'm doing pretty good, man. I feel better today than I did yesterday, man. Yesterday I had a headache, and I felt super off. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, let me tell you something, man. We're all going through it right now, man. There is, I mean, I spoke about it yesterday a little bit on the live I did yesterday, but this one's going to be kind of very similar as to control, letting go of control. And it kind of correlates with giving it up to God. Yeah, I can definitely say that we're living in some tough times, man. We are. And that's why we all have to stick together and come together and bring and support one another, because last week was like a goosebumps book. Okay. Goosebumps book. I don't know about that. I haven't heard of that book. Hmm. Well, I know that I'm meant to be talking more about what's unfolding for humanity right now. A kid's book my kids read. Oh, really? Hmm. I think I've heard of Goosebumps actually. Now that I think about it, didn't they have a cartoon show or something as well? Um. Okay, so I've made this for the last few days because I'm I'm trying to use the apples up that I bought last week, and I really like it too. But they're honeycomb apples. Whoops, honeycomb apples, and then I put some organic almond butter. Like I just drizzle it, and then I put some granola. Um, so it's a mixture, some protein and some fruits, and um, there's there's pumpkin seeds in the granola and raisins, and I think if I'm not mistaken, pistachios too. Yeah, there's pistachios. Yeah, it is. It is. The Honey Crisp apples are unreal, and then you add some almond butter and some granola. Mm, yeah, it's really good. The apples are ripe, and I've been noticing since. Oh yeah. Well, this is like pistachios in it, and pumpkin seeds and raisins. Um, Honey bunches of oat cereal. I've heard. I remember those. I remember that. I felt less sluggish having this versus like that peanut butter, granola flatbread that I would eat, and then the smoothie. I felt much lighter and airy and not as sluggish in the afternoon. So this has been good. And then tomorrow I'll just have a smoothie. So I know you were on the call yesterday, on the live yesterday, Akira. I remember you and Jeremy, and we were talking about the things that are going to unfold in for humanity, for all of us. And yeah, well, tomorrow it'll be a bit later. I'll have one like, I don't know, maybe 11 or something like that. I'm thinking about doing a fast again very soon, maybe like before the end of the month. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'm not sure yet what day. No, but I may do like a 2 or 3 day fast. Oh, thank you, Mr. X. Appreciate you, man. And I hope you have a wonderful day too, man. Um, how are you all feeling, man? Are you feeling like the shifts happening right now? Well, you can find ways. And Akira, really? I mean, because I don't eat McDonald's, but I hear people on YouTube all the time talking about a Big Mac is like $15. And I would venture to say, like, fast food is like going through the roof if you eat fast food. So I kind of disagree. I think that I think junk food is going through the roof, just as expensive as healthy food. You can get apples and things like that for reasonable prices, and vegetables, and I mean, everything is going up. Yes, man. Well, we're about to very, very soon. I feel it any day now. We're about the emergency broadcast system is going to be turned activated very, very soon by the military, so that humanity can hear and listen to what's been going on for thousands of years on this planet, and what's been going on just even in our lifetime, which is then going to activate the reset, the financial reset, which is basically going to bring back wealth to the people. And this will kind of switch and catapult us entering the new age, the new earth. So yes, we're going to go through a period of darkness. And what I mean by that, well, a lot of people say different things. And from what I've gotten, it could be either or. A lot of us don't fully know yet. Oh, well, that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it. The stamps. Yeah, the food stamps, because it's part of the government. Yeah, which all of that is down for a reason. And, like I said, man, I come on here to prepare people, to not to put anybody in fear, man, but, no one wants to go through like what we went through in 2020, where you're shocked and you're clueless and you don't even know. And then all of a sudden, like, that was like the year that changed everything. Now, we had many of those. We had 2012 too, but 2020 was the biggest shift for humanity up to this point. And now 2025 is going to be another one. So it is so important to be cleaning your body out, to be eating healthy, to ground yourself, to center yourself, to have food and water for like at least 3 to 10 days. Yeah, well, yeah, they're going to have to, though, like, because change is coming, and this has to happen. Oh, thank you, Pre-Dreams. I appreciate that, man. Love you too, man. But it's not only about that. Everything is changing. Now, we already know change is constant, but most people, until they see it in their face, they're not going to believe it. So we're kind of in the calm before the storm right now, so to speak. And the more you can ground yourself and center yourself. Oh yeah, that too, man. Yeah, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. And we have to learn that we're not always going to see it, just like you can't see God. But a lot of us are beginning to feel God, to feel the energy, and we have to get past the point of like, oh, well, if you're seeing visions of things, like I've seen visions of things, like I've seen, on this planet. How are you doing, OP351G? Welcome to the live. I've seen visions, and I trust the visions I see. And I've seen visions of, actually, you know, the more I think about it, I now just got my guides just showed me when I was younger and I saw like a big explosion. It was like I was seeing the future of what was going to happen to a lot of these systems that we've been running in forever that are all corrupted. Like every single one of them are corrupt. Yeah, TV habits, social media habits, the things we eat. Because I'm going to tell you what, like I said, we have to let go of control. And that's the topic of the video today. Because here's the thing, a lot of people, and I'm talking millions, are not aware of what is going to happen very, very soon. A lot of us truthers are trying to spread the word and share this information, but not everybody is open and receptive, nor do they believe it. So what'll happen is, you know, a lot of the things won't be available that they currently are using, and they'll have to just stop using it. And it could be addictions to food and drugs and all kinds of things that they won't have access to any longer. And in fact, the military is not saying a word about when they're going to pull the switch and where it's all going to flip. It's just going to happen, just kind of like what happened in 2020. I don't think that there was very, very few people that were aware of what was unfolding. Whereas now, so many of us are getting messages from our guides, from God, from our galactic beings, from higher dimensional beings. We're getting information from others. You just have to look beyond what they're showing you. And you will be prepared. You got to listen. You got to listen to your higher self. You got to listen to your soul. You got to listen to God. You got to sit in stillness and breathe and focus on your breath and listen, because you're being guided to do certain things, to prepare. But again, a lot of people want control, and their ego takes control, and they don't believe because the mainstream media doesn't tell you these things, and they're not going to. Yeah. Let God take the wheel, and God will direct you in what to do to prepare yourself. And it's not being in fear. There's no fear porn on this channel. There's no fear mongering on this channel. It's only awareness and being prepared. There's nothing wrong with that, so that you're comfortable, so that you don't have to go in the crowds. I mean, a lot of us remember, listen, let me tell you what, man, I've been preparing for years because I've known this day was coming. I knew that eventually the med systems were not going to be, they're not sustainable anymore. They're not for our highest good. You go in there, and like my dad, he never came out. Okay? We have to go within here. We have to go to God, and we have to trust. And we can't keep running to these MED places. You know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm just, you know, I got to use certain words on here. So we have to start, you know, going within and going to God, and not going to friends and family and the doctors and, you know, just everyone else but ourselves, when we have the power within us. And it's all about developing, creating a relationship with God and letting go of control and giving it up to God. And that's how you're going to get the answers and the guidance. And you're going to be led to a video like this, where you're listening to me, because you guys heard the call and you're listening. And that's why you're here every day, because you're listening. And then I'm called to bring these messages through because you're asking for them. And that's listening. And that's when you're going to get the messages, and you're going to hear the things before everybody else does, so that you don't have to be in lines miles long like 2020, where everybody was rushing to the grocery stores and buying up all the TP and the towels and everything. And there was massive lines and crowds, and you're hearing it firsthand, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. So you can just sit back, eat your favorite popcorn, and watch the movie. You know? Because it is a movie, in fact. It is, in fact, a test. And 2020 was the first test. That was the first major test that they were already preparing for this now. Okay? So that was already a test to see how humanity would react and how humanity would be in a situation. And that was the test before the big test. Before everything changes. And I know you'll have people that will say, I'm 70, 80 years old. I've heard this, like my dad used to say. I've heard this from when I was a kid. No, this is way different, man. Yeah. And if you don't see it already, I don't speak not only you guys on the live, but people that watch the replay. If you don't see it, one of the biggest signs right now is the government being shut down for as long as it's been. And people are ignoring that. And that's all been in preparation for what's happening. And people are ignoring the fact that Amazon went down the other day, that a bunch of other things went down, and a lot of people's bank apps have been going down all around the world for like a whole day. All of this stuff is in preparation that they haven't told us yet. But the biggest one is the government in the United States being completely shut down for like over a month now. You got to look beyond what they're telling you. Okay? And you got to look beyond, oh yeah, the Senate is in gridlock and they're like not able to come to an agreement and all this kind of stuff, man. There's reasons for everything, man. And God is at the helm. And this is all unfolding perfectly, all in divine timing, all divinely orchestrated. But you got to look beyond what they're telling you. And you got to put all the puzzle pieces together. Yeah. And now what we're being forced to do is let go of control. Not only let go of control, but also go straight to God, to redevelop that connection with God. And that's the hardest thing for a lot of people to do, man. It's been a challenge for me the last 80 days as I've been sitting with God and developing a relationship and calling him in and calling Jesus in. Because of how I was raised and the negative connotation or the religious connotation around God and Jesus, that you have to be religious to pray to God. And that's kind of the way we've been taught, or at least I was. I don't want to say we, but everything has been taught around and surrounding religion. You praying to God, you don't have to be any form of religion. You don't have to go to a temple or a church. You can do it anywhere. You could do it in the bathroom. You could speak to God. You can speak to God at the bar, at the restaurant. You know, God doesn't care what establishment you're in. That too, Rochelle, I agree with you. There has been and is tons of infiltration from entities, dark entities, yes. But that's when you get to a lower vibration. And that's when you allow them to come in. And a lot of people, and I'm not saying you're allowing it consciously, most likely many are allowing it unconsciously, but the simple thing to do is when you connect to God and you have that connection with God, you can ask God to take it from you. The thing is that people don't believe and trust that God will actually do it because they think that it should be done in a certain time frame, or they think it should be done in a certain way, or an expectation of how. When you ask God to remove those thoughts, then you have to let go of how long it's going to take and how it's going to look. And you've got to trust God that he's doing the work. And you may have to go through things before that actually completely eliminates. You may have to be led to like something like breath work, or, you know, a daily practice connecting with God. I've been doing, I mean, listen, man, I've gone through that. And now I'm at a point where I could sit in stillness and not have those kinds of thoughts. I've had the lowest vibrational thoughts you can think of, man, to the point where I didn't want to be here anymore on the planet. And especially in my 20s, when I was doing a lot of drugs and alcohol and addicted to porn and everything else. And a lot of it, which I don't talk about that either, and nothing against it, because I watched pornography the majority of my life from when I was a little kid. And let me just tell you, this is one thing that they don't teach you, and one thing that people don't teach you in general, is that energy can be transferred through a screen. Okay? And so when you're watching that type of stuff, a lot of that stuff, the people that are involved in it have not done the work that they need to do inside themselves. And then you're reaching this euphoric state of an orgasm, which is one of the closest connections to God, which they've infiltrated that too. They've overstimulated and over-sexualized everything. And instead of it being like a sacred thing, which I consider sex being a sacred thing, they've made it into this thing where it's like, oh yeah, just have a one-night stand. Well, I've never really gone in depth or talked about this, but I'll talk about it briefly here. It's going to be more something I'm going to go deeper in on our membership platform, because we can't talk about a lot of that here. But energy, there's energy being exchanged during that. And a lot of people are just doing, like they call it, like the hookup culture. And people are just hooking up with random people, one-night stands, and they don't even know, they don't know the person. They don't know the thoughts the person's having. And then you go and you do an exchange like that. And then you're exchanging with them. And then you are becoming infiltrated. And if they have entities attached to them, you're going to have entities attached to you. So these are things that they don't talk about, that they don't tell us about. They don't teach us. But it's known. You have to be you have to move with intention with everything you do. Where you put yourself around, who you're hanging out with, the conversations you're having, the things you're listening to. All of these things are a part of it. And you can't always blame somebody else. You have to take responsibility and not be a victim to whatever you're experiencing. Granted, again, there's a lot of dark things happening here that we are now fighting this spiritual war against. Yeah, yes. You're so on point, man. Yes. And pornography is one of them. And they know they've gotten us to the point. And I'll briefly tell you guys something, okay? Like I said, I haven't talked about this much. At least I have on videos and what have you, but I haven't gone in depth on a live with it. But before I did semen retention and NoFap, if you guys are familiar with what that is, if you don't, let me know and I will briefly explain it as best as I can on this live. But I did that for over 2 years. I walked away from porn after it being like my entire life engaging in it. And before doing semen retention and NoFap, I objectified women. And I never actually looked at them as having a personality or being another human being. I just looked at them as a means to get, I don't even want to, let me spell it because I don't want to say it on here. I don't know if you can use these types of words, but GETOFF, okay? A means to, like, what everybody does, mostly. Not everybody, but, and after sustaining and doing NoFap and semen retention and walking away completely from porn, I saw women differently. And I was like, wow, I actually had an aha moment. And I was like, wow, oh my God. Like, instead of like running and chasing for, and not even realizing why I was running and chasing them. And it really, really, I'm trying to come up with the words that I'm trying to get out to you guys. The programming that does, the infiltration that does, man, I found out even in 2017, I was still engaging with that stuff. And that was one of the times I hit a very big low. I was brought to my knees and I started soul searching. And at that time, I still was engaging in pornography. And it wasn't until about, I would venture to say it was probably 2020 or 2021. Probably, I think it was 2020. That's when I decided to go on NoFap and semen retention. And I completely eliminated pornography and engaging in any of that for over 2 years. And I'm going to tell you what, it changed so many things. It changed my mental. It changed my spiritual, the spiritual aspect of me. It changed everything. And again, I started to see women differently. And I started to understand why people act the way they do. And again, I don't blame it on it. I learned. I take full responsibility. It was where I was at, and I was meant to learn it so that I could teach others, especially kids, because there are so many kids struggling with that, and young adults, and even adults. And it's ruining their marriages and all these things. And do you think that is an accident? Like, do you honestly think that is an accident? No. It's a part of the plan to keep you in the lower frequency, in a lower vibration, completely disconnected from God, so you're easily controlled. Jeremy says, I was too far into. Yeah, me too. Same thing with that too. All day long, every day, in my 20s and 30s. Yes, completely lost God. My life after dying, God brought me back. Still bringing me. Yeah, same here. I was completely lost, man. And you can't be connected to God if you're engaging in that stuff. You just can't be. And you won't be. I hope, and I don't even just hope, my mission is to serve humanity. That's why I'm here. I know it. I know it more than I've ever known in my life. With all the things that I've gone through and the things I've put myself through, because there are things that humanity is struggling with. And let me tell you, man, it was a never-ending like cycle. And I didn't have relationships because of it. Probably the longest relationship I had back then was like a month, if that. And I was just mentally like my perception and my view of like women was so skewed. And I was doing pot, I was doing alcohol, I was doing ecstasy, I did acid, I was doing everything under the sun, man. Because no one could really relate to what I saw in the world. Because as I said earlier in this video, I've seen the future of what was to come. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. And it's no accident, man. Again, all these things are catalysts to bring us closer to God. So we can go back. Hey, Vladimir. See, I forget what I'm like talking, and it's like I gotta remember. I gotta head out of here at a certain time. No, apples, almond butter, and granola. They're Honey Crisp apples, and it's really good. That's the biggest thing that we're all going through right now. We're being shaked, and our worlds are crumbling around us. And can we be in the chaos and still find God and still connect, and find peace and trust the process, no matter what is happening, no matter how it's unfolding and unraveling? Can we trust the process? Can we trust that God's got our back? Yeah, man. Exactly. So just think about it. Oh yeah, definitely, Vladimir. Oh yeah. My mom wants to go to Ireland. My mom's whole side is Scottish, Irish, Polish. Yeah. And I definitely want to visit all those places. See, let me just say this, okay? If you don't think, you got to think beyond. If you think about them spraying the skies with chemicals, oh yeah, I better spray pesticides in my house to get bugs out, when bugs are living consciousness. All these things. So you're spraying chemicals in your house and around your house. They spray the grass with chemicals. They spray us. They spray our foods. They fill our water with chemicals, which then calcifies our pineal gland. Our pineal gland, our third eye. The list goes on and on. You get addicted to pornography, you get addicted to food, you get addicted to the sugars and all this stuff that poison the body, which then get us to the point where we are so distracted and we can't even focus. And then they call it ADHD and all these different things, like, oh, you've got this and that's why you can't focus. And but you're drinking like 10 monsters a day. You're drinking like 10 monsters a day, and and it's almost like drinking like gasoline. And it's like all these things are separating us further from God. And then they raise the prices on the foods that are healthy for you. Not that they're not doing it for stuff that's not, because they are. I don't eat fast food, any kind of real fast food, But a lot of these places, like the Golden Arch place and all this stuff, yeah, the fluoride is the biggest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then they put red number this in, red 40 and blue this, and all of these things to put more toxicity in your body. And then the body tries to cleanse it out naturally through potentially like a cold or a flu or different things that they've labeled it, when in fact it's just the body detoxing, because there's no other way to do it, because people are poisoning with meds, pills, that they're given, and all these different things that is just putting more toxins in the body. And then you're told you have this and you have that, and then you got to take this and take that with side effects and all kinds of stuff, and then you got to take pills to eradicate this side effect. Yeah, same exercise too. People don't want to do that either. So all of it is to control. All of it is to separate you from God. All of it is they want to just take full control. Oh yeah, physical workouts. Yeah, man. Yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, walking, running, all of it. I wholeheartedly agree. And I've been really enjoying doing Pilates, and it's given me. I've gotten so much stronger. I really have enjoyed doing yoga and Pilates and body balance, which I'm going to get back to next week. And listen, everywhere you go, there's not healthy places. I mean, half the stuff in these supermarkets is not healthy. And you don't even know or even understand half of the ingredients that are even in the products. So it's all designed to keep you in the med system. And that's what has to go. And that's what's happening now. And that's what we're going through as we speak, a full overhaul. And if you don't see it, then open your eyes even more, because the biggest sign was the government going down and being closed now for over a month. That's one of the biggest signs that we're switching. Like, the financial system is going to have a reset, and all the money is going to come back to the people. There's going to be a wealth distribution change. Oh, God is detoxing. Spot on, man. And whoever's not doing it for themselves, God is doing it for you. Yeah. That's what I'm calling in, Vladimir. That's what I'm calling in, man. Community, where we all live on properties together and we help one another and we live our passion and purpose. We're not slaves to the system any longer. And that's what we're going through right now, the reset. The days of darkness are coming, and it's going to be a full reset. And we all prepared in 2020 for this. We just didn't know it yet. Yeah, you do. Welcome, Robert. After my surgery, my death, my meds they wanted me on were making me mad. Yeah, I'm sure they were. I threw all out, but two gave the rest to. He took the wheel. Oh God, he took the wheel. But these meds aren't meds anymore. No, they're not, man. They're not. And I think more and more people are finding this out. You used to live in a co-op, Elijah. My girlfriend still does. They're becoming more common. How do you think the great transition happens? Um, that's really cool, man. I would love to hear more about the co-op and where is it located and stuff. That's really cool, man. I think actually my Luna, that's what Luna's staying at. It's a co-op, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's interesting because she does currently. Um, how do I think it's going to transition? Well, it's already transitioning. Um, the GOV was a big move. It's bigger than what you see on the media and what you see all over the place of them saying, well, they hit gridlock and they're not able to come to an agreement and blah blah blah. No, there's no accident that they've been shut down for as long as they have because it's already happening behind the scenes. The difference is a lot of us are aware of it this time versus what happened in 2020. We weren't when we went into lockdown, and that's what's going to happen again. But this time it's going to be different. This time the grid is going to go down, like internet and social media and all of those things. And then this is what I've been hearing. This is information that I've been receiving. That it's going to go down. They're going to pull the switch and make sure you have like 3 to 10 days of water at least and food, at least minimum. Because as I said, I don't think I'm not. At one point, people were saying the actual grid was going to go down, but I'm hearing differently. That it's going to be more so like the internet, and this is going to be worldwide. So social media, internet, you're not going to be able to go to banks and stores and all of it. All of it is going to, and it's literally going to happen overnight. But the process of everybody getting their Q, like they're calling them like Q phones and Q cards, which are going to have money on them because a wealth transfer is actually happening to the people, back to the people, because they've lied to us for thousands of years. And all of this has been a lie, and it's all corrupt. Everything is corrupt. So, it's imminent any day now. The military is going to take over the waves, the airwaves, and is going to then start disclosing. Because I'm sure you have heard that this year is the year of disclosure. So this year is going to be the year where they're going to disclose everything. I'm talking the traffic stuff, if you know what I mean, with the kids, the EP files, all these different things, all the judges and the police officers and everything. It's all corrupt, man. And it has not been transparent since I've been on this planet, and I've been here for 47 years. And I saw this as a kid, and I knew something was wrong. And it's a shame that it's taken this long, but this is what we have all been waiting for. And this is going to change everything. And we're all going to have abundance, and we're going to all have everything that we need and more. And we're not going to have to worry about any of these things. As long as you are a good-hearted person, as long as you serve humanity, and you're not selfish and playing in greed and manipulation and all of that, you're going to have everything and more. But we need to prepare. And preparing is just, little by little, getting yourself food and water to last you like 3 to 10 days. If that, it could be longer than that potentially, but just so that you don't have to go out in the crowds scrambling to get stuff when they do open things up. But this has to happen because every single system is corrupt. You like to live stress-free, no one to impress, no one to show off to, no one to disappoint and get disappointed by, just me and God, our silent alliance. I love it, Vladimir. I love it. The wisest decision I made was not to control anything outside of me, to shut TV and media, and to listen to my intuition and truth of my soul. Wow. Wow, man. Well, you know what you're here to do, Vladimir. You're here to teach others that. Like, no joke. Give it to God, Vlad. It's not easy at first. Let it happen in small ways. God can take control. It'll take practice, but that stress will lift. Vision get clear. God does amazing things. I agree, Jeremy. I agree, my friend. And you guys are not only teaching. See, I learn from you guys too, man. And you know what? People that watch this stream will see your comments, and they're going to learn from it. I have surrendered to Almighty God. There is a peace in it. Thank you for telling. Yeah. Welcome and happy to hear your, yeah, stress is real, but management can be better, but I get it. Yeah, man. I do breath work every day, man, and that is a tremendous help for me. Welcome and happy to hear. Oh, yeah. Daren, we are bigger than our bodies. We are souls, the brightest fragments of same light. There's no division. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. Very true, Vlad. Thank you also. Daren and I and a. Okay. I apologize. And I think you might have said that before to me on another live stream. Overcoming darkness by becoming light itself. Daren, we have to remember that we were light when we enlightened our mom's womb. Yeah, yes, we were. True fact. Jeremy, more power to you, sir. More peace and love to you. We are strong, both individually and together. 1000%, man. I love you all, man. I love you all, man. I love coming on here, man. And you guys just light me up. I just love you all, man. I'm so grateful for the tribe we're creating and building together. And this is, we're God's army, man. You know, we're God's army. We're God's disciples. You know, we're here to serve and do God's work. Each and every one of us, man. Sending all the love to whatever you are right now in the world. Yeah, man. We're coming together, man. I'm going to tell you what. And as soon as me and Luna hit the road and we start meeting all of you all around the world, man, I cannot wait for that. Yeah, God does love us. No matter what we've done, no matter what we do, no matter how many times we disconnect and separate ourselves, God still is always there waiting. Always waiting, man. Waiting for us to go right to him. Not to your friend, not to your mother, not to your family member, but go straight to God and give it to God, whatever you're going through, man. If it's a health challenge, if it's a financial challenge, if it's an addiction, whatever the hell it is, man, if you're struggling with a move that you have to make, whatever the case may be, man, give it up to God, man. God will take it. That's the one thing, as I said, I'm going to do a lot of teachings about, because the step that we forget to miss is when we give it up to God, we have to completely let go of it and trust that it is going to unfold perfectly and not expect it to unfold how we think it's going to unfold. Because majority of the time, almost 99.9% of the times, it does not show up the way we think it's going to. Yeah, I agree, man. And by us leveling up spiritually, we're doing it for the collective. We're doing it for our ancestors. We're doing it for humanity. And yeah, man, you know, what the biggest key as well is? Being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And a lot of people don't want to put themselves in uncomfortable situations, so they stay in suffering. I kept coming back to your stream without any apparent reason. It wasn't meant to be. Wow, really? Huh. And then what happened? Vladimir? So what you're saying is now it's meant to be. Yeah, that's right. Jeremy's in Wisconsin. I forgot. So it's like that's the one thing that people miss they forget. So like if they okay, here's an example. If they give it up to God and they then your stream became home to my soul and heart. Wow. Oh, that hits home. I just felt that in my heart, Vladimir. Thank you. Wow. That's what I know I'm here to do, man. And I take a screenshot of it because I have to remind myself and look at that and be like, damn, Daren, this is why you're doing this every day. This is why you do this, man. This is why you're building a home, a place where people can come and not feel judged and share from their heart. And we're coming together as like-minded souls, as volunteers, that we came here to volunteer as light workers and starseeds to help shift the collective into the new earth and create the new earth for that matter. But let me just say this. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's tough, Sometimes I'm like, I want to reach more people. When is it going to happen, I get those thoughts too, man. Yeah, man. And I'm going to tell you what. That's what our New Earth School is all about. Assisting humanity in remembering who they are, why they're here, and what they came here to do. That's the new Rip into Light, the New Earth School. And we're going to have a location. Our first location is going to be in North Carolina, on a big property with big land that God gave us. And we're going to have all his disciples building this community where we all can come from all around the world. Yeah, one by one it grows to one more and one more. Each one is important. I agree, man. Every single one of you are so important to me and Luna, and I'm just grateful for everything we have so far. And so what I was saying is the one thing. Yeah. No, you're right, man. Thank you. Thank you for the reminders. I needed this. Thank you, guys and ladies, gentlemen. Thank you, because I needed it. And I know you're so right. And let me tell you what, man, I struggled for a very long time with, I would constantly get messages from my guide showing me the Harry Potter book, okay? And I would see that big Harry Potter book with the magic spells in it. And they would show it to me and it would fall off all dusty. And then it would open up right in the middle. And they'd be like, Daren, you're always trying to get from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. You're with skipping what's in the middle. And the middle is the juicy part. The middle is the experiences that I have with you all every day. The journey along the way. Like there's no end. Like it's the stories in the middle, and it's like we all try to get from the beginning to the end of the book. Like, oh, I got to get to that $10 million. I got to get to that mansion the 3 kids, and what about the journey leading up to that? You know, the ups, the downs, the different people you met along the way. Like, and we all forget that because we think that there's an end that we need to get to. And then when you get there and you get to that $1 million, then you want 10 million. Then you want 50 million. You know? I pray for people all over in these places. God brings his peace all over. Yeah, he does. He does. And the fact of the matter is, again, these things are happening because people have completely disconnected, and God wants them to come home. So we're going through a lot of catalysts that are rocking us to our core to get us to change, to get us to come back to God, to get us to trust in what we cannot see. Because that's the hardest thing for humans to do, is trust what they don't see, what they don't feel, what they don't notice, you know? Yeah, it will, and it will continue to. And man, the light has never been so bright like it is on the planet right now. It has gotten so bright, and it's like I don't even see clouds in the skies anymore. I just see blue skies and bright sun. That's God's light. That just is the proof is in the pudding as to where we're headed, and the med beds are coming, abundance for all, food, health. We're all coming together. It's the changes are happening, man. Yeah, yeah. You guys are awesome, man. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. I've got to go because I'm joining a Zoom call that we sit with God. And very, very soon, I feel strongly that me and Luna are going to be um, co-creating and collaborating on the same exact thing, where we bring people in and we all sit with God and we teach people how to do it and how to rebuild that connection and that relationship. So this is another Zoom class in our membership platform that we're going to be bringing to everyone. So I'm excited about that. And I know that we're going through it first. But it's something that I've had to work on and I've had to continue to do. So thanks a lot for today. I wish you all the absolute best. Man, thank you guys, man. Please tap the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you all, anyone that hasn't. I know you guys are already subscribed. Anybody else that has not subscribed, please subscribe. Tap the like button, man. I love you all, man. I hope that you have the most amazing, wonderful day. And go out there and be kind to somebody. Do something kind for somebody. And come on Sunday and share it with us, because we're doing Positivity Sundays live. And I would love for you to share what positive thing you did this week to help someone else or to help yourself. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. And I appreciate each and every one of you, man. We're growing this community. And thank you, everybody who has subscribed, who has tapped the like button. We're on our way to reaching people globally and getting the message out so we can have more people that reopen their hearts to God and allow God in and allow God to work through them and lead them every step of the way and shine light in their bodies. Because listen, there's so many things that are horrific going on right now out there. And man, if you just let God in, like, it will be taken from you. God is just waiting for you to ask and talk with him and then develop a relationship with him. And yeah, I know there's so many comments that I missed, and I love you all, man. I will see you soon. Much more content and videos to come, much more lives, much more things me and Luna are developing behind the scenes with God. So stay tuned. Make sure you go to our website and sign up for our free newsletter as well, so you can be in the know and in the loop of what we're doing next. And just go, excuse me, just go to www.darenandluna.com. And oh yeah, Matthew, yeah, we're heading out right now, Matthew. But listen, man, make sure you go back and watch the replay, man. This was powerful. And we're ending the live at 111. I love you all, man. I'll see you on the next live, in the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go.